Hi, this is the analysis. I'm Nick here, and for this video, I'm just doing a video about a video game, a comparison. So, Ratchet and Clank, the 2016 remake, and Destroy All Humans, the remake of the original. So, both of these games are remakes of the original. Destroy All Humans being open world, Ratchet and Clank is more action adventure linear. And yeah, please like, share, subscribe, share the video all over, and continue to comment. Yeah, so starting out here now, like I like to start with overall content. What's the overall content like between two games? Between the two games, Destroy All Humans has more content overall. Ratchet and Clank does have a decent amount of content, but because the story is so like it's pretty quick, like it's really short, right? And as well, Destroy All Humans. Once you finish the story, there are a more like overall challenges to go back to, jetpack challenges or kill these amount of enemies like in a certain amount of time trials, races, UFO challenges. Ratchet and Clank does have like a few challenges and exploring secret areas for secret rewards. But for the most part, Destroy All Humans does have the more overall content. Destroy All Humans one remake does have the thing where you can use telekinesis. So basically, you're moving objects like with your mind. You're moving objects like with your mind from a point A to point B. There are certain missions where you have to fight your way out of like a military camp or whatever, and you're like an alien, so like, you have tons of powers. And Ratchet and Clank, going to Ratchet and Clank with the speed skates or those rail skates. You're using the rail skates to basically grind on these rails or whatever, and like it helps you kind of get to secret areas, and jetpacks as well get you to secret areas as well for more collectibles and all that. Collectibles quickly on collectibles, for DNA points, and there's also extra DNA points, and there's artifacts that you have to get in Destroy All Humans remake, and that'll help you with upgrade points. And Ratchet and Clank does have these bolts, the golden bolts, and overall, Ratchet and Clank's regular bolts, like the regular bolts, are used for upgrade points, and Raritanium as well. So you have the different collectibles, and you have comic cards, like kind of like these cards, which is very they kind of give you bonuses as well, and you also have races that you can do, but Destroy All Humans does have more overall challenges in the races and the jetpacking and all that. And as well too, Ratchet and Clank does have a new game plus, so that's kind of like a whole another thing. So a new game plus is like basically where you have everything. You get to restart everything over again, like with all the weapons that you previously got. So you get to start from fresh, and yeah. So with all the weapons, so Ratchet and Clank has that. Destroy All Humans one remake that doesn't have that. But for the most part, though, like the overall campaign and the side missions, the challenges, they're longer. They're just overall longer. There's more. There's just more in Destroy All Humans, and then plus as well, you get like you have UFO, the UFO as well, and Ratchet and Clank. You can play as Clank like a little bit, but not as much as you're going to be using the UFO. And yeah, so more on content like Destroy All Humans mostly because there's so many different abilities you have, right? Telekinesis, mind control, mind scan, reading minds. So like you're basically using these 4 to 5 abilities, right? Body snatching, shape shifting, to go from mission to mission. Some missions are more stealth oriented, as some missions are more destruction oriented. Ratchet and Clank, like for the most part, like you're mostly fighting goons, regular enemies, mini bosses, and like it has a hack and slash genre thing where you have to defeat all enemies like in an area to progress. Ratchet and Clank does have a hacking. Okay, you have a hacking device which you get. You got these speed skates or whatever. You got the jetpacking areas. So different areas. Destroy All Humans does have a jetpacking as well. A little bit more on collecting human DNA for upgrade points. I'm gonna talk about upgrades separately. But the overall content, like Destroy All Humans, that does have more. And plus, you get more. It's an open world, so there's just more. mission variety and all that. Going into weapons, or weapons, Ratchet and Clank has more weapons, and better weapons as well. Destroy All Humans one, because it is a remake of the original, so it's introducing concepts like Zapomatic, the fire gun, the anal probe or whatever, and then you have a grenade launcher. Ratchet and Clank, you have four times that. You have, the bouncing bullets. You have a laser weapon. You have multiple rocket launcher weapons. Grenade weapons, crowd control, various crowd control weapons, flamethrower. So there's tons of weapons in Ratchet and Clank, and that's what it's known for. That's what makes it unique. With the amount of weapons you get, there's many different ways to approach the missions and the overall objectives and taking out the enemies. More on weapons too. Weapons, Destroy All Humans 1 remake. You can go in a saucer, so the saucer is like this spaceship, and you get 3 extra weapons too. But that's kind of separate though, like from actual ground weapons that you're mostly going to be using. But yeah, overall Ratchet and Clank does have the better weapons. We're gonna go into upgrades. Upgrade system, Ratchet and Clank, a better upgrade system as well. Basically, what it is, like it's like some sort of a net. So it's like some sort of a net of like modules. So basically, you're upgrading ammo, you're upgrading better overall efficiency like of the weapon, you're upgrading better luck, so you're more likely to get more bolts like from using this weapon. Better overall crowd control. The effect of the weapon lasts longer and all that. Destroy All Humans remake, one remake doesn't have like that. Isn't as complex like in the upgrade system. But yeah, Ratchet and Clank, the upgrade system, man, and yeah, there's so many things to upgrade. Destroy All Humans 1, like upgrading those things similarly, but it's like not as much, not as many upgrades. Ratchet and Clank, you're getting these, like these diamonds are raritanium to basically upgrade things. Destroy All Humans, no, Destroy All Humans, you're collecting human DNA points to upgrade weapons. A complexity like of Ratchet and Clank's upgrade system is just better. And plus, Ratchet and Clank has that thing where the perfect upgrade system where the more you use something, basically, the more that weapon gets upgraded. So you have to use the weapon more and more and more for it to get upgraded. So, like if you don't, use a weapon, like it won't get upgraded, or you can't reach its full potential. Next one is mechanics and controls. Destroy All Humans 1. Like both games are very fluent, like in how the character moves. The controls are very like your standard third person type shooter. X to jump and all that, and circle to dash if you're on PlayStation. So mechanics are very, extremely very fluent. There's a jetpacking as well. Plus, Ratchet and Clank, like you move a little bit lighter, like you feel like more lighter, like on your feet. Destroy All Humans, you feel heavier, like your character feels overall heavier. So yeah, mechanics control is very equal, like in this category. Overall immersion, say because like both games are very great graphically, and Destroy All Humans 1 does have better overall dialogue. It's more of a serious tone. Ratchet and Clank is supposed to be like a cartoon. So like with the serious tone and the overall open world, there's an open world to explore. There's backtracking, and you get to really spend more time like in each area. There's more immersion in the overall Destroy All Humans world. And keep in mind that this is a remake, so I played the original years ago, and then yeah, like it still keeps that open world, that same open world presence. And the 1950s, you're in America, 1950s, and the alien conspiracy is there as well. The dialogue, like from the people. But again, Ratchet and Clank feels mostly like a cartoon playing it, so you kind of, it's more of like an animation, whereas Destroy All Humans is more of like, it's more serious, but still jokey. It's more jokey, but a lot more serious for a slightly more mature audience, older audience. So yeah, immersion. You have immersion. Overall, like in terms of difficulty, both games are if you play Ratchet and Clank like on the hardest difficulty, you're gonna die a lot. Destroy All Humans, you're gonna die a lot. Destroy All Humans, no, Ratchet and Clank, you have more crowd control. You have more weapon opportunities and more ways to more there is more a variety like of ways to approach a certain scenario. So overall, Ratchet and Clank is easier, I would say. But Destroy All Humans, because the missions are more like overall, each mission is more restricted. So like you have to do things exactly that way. You know, for example, a hologram, like you have to only use like the hologram, to succeed like in this mission. You know, yeah, but for the most part, yeah, there's even though Ratchet and Clank is more linear, Destroy All Humans is more open world. But like when it comes to within the mission, and the bosses are near the end in these two games, like they're very hard. The bosses, like if you're playing hard, they're very very hard. Especially Destroy All Humans. But I failed more in Destroy All Humans versus in Ratchet and Clank. So we went over what content, difficulty, overall mechanics, controls, upgrade systems, immersion. For last, I categorize the overall fun. Like, what's the overall fun like in the game, and which one like is really worth it. Both games like are really good. They're really 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 good. They're very hard to set apart. But like I said, if you like, I find that it is easier to get into like an action adventure type linear experience. It is a lot easier. Destroy All Humans. The open world is there, but for the most part, you're going to be doing main missions and side missions. And as well, collectibles. There's lots of collectibles in each game. Destroy All Humans does have more, I feel. And in terms of replayability, because Ratchet and Clank is shorter and New Game Plus as well, it is more replayable. I feel this is more replayable, and as well there is a lot more upgrades to get. Even like when you finish the game the first time, there's lots more upgrades to get. Destroy All Humans, for the most part, you're just starting everything over again from scratch. But like I said, the New Game Plus in Ratchet and Clank, you can start everything over with everything like you had previously. So it's pretty cool. So overall fun, I would say like Ratchet and Clank is overall. Are you getting more like just overall better like in terms of it being more fun? Now Ratchet and Clank, currently like I am playing it now currently for the third time. So I am going through it. Some of the areas like a kind of new to me. Destroy All Humans 1, and I keep in mind like I said before, these are both remakes of the original, of their first in the franchise. So these are both original games. They're like origin stories, kind of, So they're gonna be a slightly slower pace compared to the more recent games in the franchises. So yeah, that's it. Overall a comparison like Destroy All Humans, better, more content in the game. I find in terms of like side content as well, better side content. Ratchet and Clank, there's more replayability, better upgrade system, better weapons you get as well, and it is overall more fun, and like I said before, more replayability, and easier to get into. Destroy All Human is more difficult, so it's gonna offer you more a challenge, and there's more ways to approach it, but Ratchet and Clank does have more enemy, a variety, and so yeah. So that's it. Destroy All Humans and Ratchet and Clank remake. Like, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching.